Hi, it's Kenyatta. Welcome to my channel. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Today, I am going to take you on a quick studio tour. I showed in a video earlier in the year that I had moved into my own studio space. Well, that particular space did not work out for me, so I brought everything home and now my studio is back inside my home. So I wanted to share with you everything that I have in my space. So come with me. So this is what my space looks like when you come in. I have this table which has 4 chairs, but to keep the space from being super cluttered, I just moved this chair over to my desk. And I take the 4th chair. I put the 4th chair in the closet because I don't need it. But yeah, this is my workstation. This is my desk. And I have my inspiration board here. Some painting, a painting that I've done. I took some online art classes this summer. And I painted that. This is really neat. And this one as well. This is my failed macrame attempt. I've tried macrame a couple of times and I have not been able to get it. But yeah. And this part of my wall is my medals and my race bibs. I ran my first half marathon in 2019. So I am super proud of this one. It took me a lot. I really got that done. I'm excited. I did that. I don't know if I'll do it again. I might do it again. Yeah, I might do it again. On this wall behind me are some door hangers. Friend of mine had a couple of paint parties that she did, and so I always went to them. So I'll turn around so you can see it. These are the door hangers. There's one on my apartment door. It is a shamrock. It's a green shamrock. So, but yeah, I made these and I like the purple carrot. Everybody at the party was looking at me because I painted a purple carrot and I was like, I don't want to do just a regular orange carrot. Everybody was making an orange carrot. I was like, I'm different. So my carrot was purple. Also, I made my pineapple, unlike everybody else's pineapple. So I tried to do things a little different. This was supposed to be a sunflower. I didn't like it, so I changed the color. That's the best thing about paint. You can do that. Okay, so this is where it gets a little different. This is where, and I didn't realize that my paintings were off until I started videoing. And there's like no symmetry. They're not lined up or anything. So if you have problems with that, I'm sure that's gonna bother you, but I'm gonna fix it. I have my canvases. I also have my tripod. I have a vision board, 2 vision boards actually. This is where I hang my aprons that I use. Those go in the corner. And I have my paints. I bought a trash can to go into the studio in the other space I was in. And I didn't realize how much I was going to need it in this new space at my apartment. But yeah, it really comes in handy. But these are the paints that I used. If you saw one of my previous videos, you saw where I went. The video is paint costs how much. These were the same cans of paint that I bought for a project. Because I learned to do acrylic pours, which is what these are. Now that was my first one that I tried to do like the drip technique. It did not go well. It looks weird. I have it up, but I think I'm gonna paint over it. So just know. It didn't turn out well. And this one, I I don't know. That one didn't turn out well either. But I didn't know that I was supposed to have thinner paint. I'm still learning this acrylic pouring thing, so kind of got to work with me. But yeah, but these are my paints that I have. And then I have my paints in a box because I didn't have a basket. I want a basket. I really want some shelving. I also have my stirrers, my blow dryer, my heat gun. What else? This cabinet is an old TV stand. My aunt no longer needed it, so she gave it to me, so I've been using it. I think I'm going to paint it at some point, but I don't know. So if you have any color suggestions for me painting it, leave a comment below, and then we'll try it out. As a crafter, I do all kinds of crafts. I don't particularly stick with one craft. I knit, I cross stitch, I paint. I've attempted my hand at sewing. I'm not doing well with sewing. I also have tried my hand at candle making, so I have candle making supplies. I also have tried, oh God, what haven't I tried? I've tried quilting. I'm okay with quilting a little bit. Not a whole lot, but I am much better at it as of late. So I'll show you one of my quilt projects that I've worked on. And what else? I've tried drawing. If it's a craft, if it's something that you can do with your hands or something that you can make, I'm gonna try it. I am. That's just who I am. But I have so much fun, and I think that's part of the problem. Is that I'll go from craft to craft to craft. So when I get bored, that's the thing about it. That's the best part about crafting is there's always something else you can do. So even if I get on a project and it frustrates me to no end, I can sit it down, go pick something else up, and start on it. But on my table, I'm working on a cross stitch project. So if you saw my last video, this was the project that I was prepping for. Let's see if I can show you. Uh-oh, it's upside down. It's Carnival. So it's going to be a cross stitch project. And I have started on it. That's what's on my table right now. Uh-oh. So I have started on it. Let's see if I can get in there. So, not much, but it's a start. Don't know how long it'll take me to finish it because it is a full coverage piece. So, that may take a while because I was just in the corner. But I'll show you the other part of the studio. Okay, so this is where I keep my paint supplies, some projects that I'm working on, my books. That's a light that I use. And I found this glitter on clearance at Michael's. You always need glitter. And this is where I keep all my cross stitch floss. I keep it here. I have a lamp that I'm working on. I'm gonna paint. It's a wooden lamp, so I'm gonna paint it. But this is one of my favorite spots because this is where I keep all my magazines, my craft magazines and my craft books. I'm gonna show you my favorite magazine. Okay, I have two favorite magazines. I know I said one, but I have two. My first one is In Her Studio. I don't know if you can see that. It's In Her Studio. It has some of the best studio content. Like all of the, how people make what they make, how they organize their spaces, that kind of thing. is inspiration for me because I don't know how to put stuff together sometimes. So to see other people put it together, it helps me out. Also, my other one, where did it go? Oh, same thing, but there are two of these. This one is Where Women Create. It's the same thing. It's like a studio space magazine, like for crafters, like how they got started. Everybody didn't always start out in a really huge space. Some people started off in like their bedroom corners, and now they have buildings, and how their craft has grown. So that's inspiration for me because my desire is to have a studio space and to have products that I enjoy, that I like, that I know people will like. Also to introduce people to crafts that they may not have tried, and to get them to participate in a craft that they haven't tried and they may like it. A lot of times people don't know if they'll enjoy a craft, but they won't try a craft. So that's my thing. If I can get people to fall into the rabbit hole of crafting, that'd be great. But their other magazine is called, it didn't want to go in there. It's called What Women Create. So it's like different crafts, what women make, all types of crafts that they make, and they tell you how they were introduced to the craft, how long they've been doing it, what their process is. So I really like that magazine too. So I'm hoping one day to be inside of one of those magazines. So y'all hope with me that I get in there. Okay, this is my bookshelf that I keep all my yarn, and I have some fabric on the bottom. You see my sewing machine that I don't use often, and I have my drill. These are my candle supplies, more paints. These are my clear that I use on sealing all of my projects. I use the clear sealant. I also have candle making, my scale, my beeswax. This was a really good book that I found on Amazon. So you may want to check that out if you're into making candles. Also, if you're making candles, I found these glue dots. I think I found these at the Dollar General. So this is what you put on the bottom of your wicks when you put inside your candles. These were, I don't even think they were $1 for a pack. So this is one of my quilting projects, one of them. So I'm gonna reach up here and show it to you. So this is, I was trying my hand at English paper piecing. This is the back of it. And the way it works is you cut out these paper squares, and you're supposed to have, which I didn't do it because I was new to this. My margins weren't, I didn't leave enough room. You're supposed to be able to pull the paper out, and you'd have a hexagon. Your hexagon would be great. And then you'd sew it. Well, I stitched it, but it's like I stitched my paper together. So I haven't fixed it. I haven't figured out how to fix that. I think it can be fixed. I'm sure it can be fixed. I mean, it's just fabric and paper. I'm sure it can be done. But that's a project that I was working on. So I have some denim fabric that's going to go on the back, and I want to make that into a pillow. So I'm excited about that. That's one of my projects I'm excited about. And of course, I have my yarn. I was gifted some, but I purchased a lot, and we're not going to talk about how much I spent on the yarn that I purchased because a woman never tells how much she spent on yarn. But this is the last yarn I bought. I think I bought it last month when we went to Knitting Public Day. Maybe. I can't remember. Or whether was it National Yarn Day, Yarn Shop Day. I can't remember. But anyway, I do know this was the last skein of yarn I bought. Isn't it pretty? Yep. So I have these aprons that I use for my paint parties. And instead of hanging them up in the closet, I just put them on my dress form. Nothing fancy there. I just put on my dress form. So this is the quilt that I've been working on for forever. When I say forever, I mean forever. Since 2015. My dad passed in 2015, and I took his jeans and I made a quilt. So I hand sewed all my panels together. I've pinned it with the batting. I have to tell you about the back of the quilt in a second. There's a backing here somewhere. Oh, there it is. So I've got the backing and I've got the batting to go in between. When I tell you this quilt is going to be super warm, it's going to be hot. Yeah, super hot. But the thing with the quilt back, I went to go buy fabric for the back of the quilt and they wanted $10 a yard for cotton. And I'm thinking, it's going to take me probably 4 yards, if not a little bit more. So I already got the batting and I used the coupon for half off on the batting. So the batting was like $50. I had a half off coupon, so that worked out. I was not trying to spend $40 to $60 for a backing anyway. So I saw online, I can't remember where I saw it, but people use flat sheets for their backing. So I went to Target and bought a $14 king size 100% cotton sheet, the same 100% cotton that I was about to spend $10 a yard for, and it fit the whole thing. And I've got some left over, so I was not about to do that. But yeah, that's what I'm working on. So now I've just got to actually sew it, but I only work on it in the winter because no, I'm not gonna do that. So hopefully 2021 will be the year that it gets completed. So y'all stick around for that. We'll see how that goes. I'm optimistic though. So like I showed before, this is my workspace. Keep the computer there with my printer, with my inspiration board. And this is the table where I'm working. So that's really all that's in here. So I just want to thank you guys for hanging out with me in my studio. Just remember, if you have any suggestions on colors to paint the cabinet, leave them in the comment below. And thanks for watching. I hope you guys stay tuned for the next video. We'll see what crafty things I can come up with on the next video.